that God has forgiven you, even though devil kept on bringing back the same memory of the old sin, you tell the devil, what is your problem? My Messiah has forgiven me, and I've forgiven myself. Yes, I fell, but I will rise up again. But the Bible says there is hope for a living. There is hope for a tree that is cut down. It will sprout up again. There is hope for a living dog than a dead lion. So there is hope for me. Because heaven has come to help me. When devil kept on reminding you of the whole sin, you know what you need to tell the devil? You tell the devil, now what is the atonement cross of Calvary? His blood has washed away all my sin. So when your life is full of guilt, you'll be malfunctioning. Good news cannot come. That's why you see a lot of people are in the same situation of life. Why? Because they refuse to forgive themselves. Why God has forgiven them. Jesus died, Christ died on the cross of Calvary for our sin. Yes, he said all men have sinned and we all fell short of the glory of God. But Jesus Christ came to remove the burden of sin. So what is that burden of sin doing in your heart? I want to give you an example. If you tell your son not to drive your car, and you went to work, and your son picked your car and drove the car, and they call you in your office that your son had accident, what will you say? The first thing you shout is, my son, is he alive? You can't say, but I've warned him. Good for him. No. Why you shouted your son? Because there is a blood covenant between you and your son. There is blood covenant. So the atonement blood that Jesus Christ did for us on the cross of Calvary has brought us close to God. All of us have blood covenant with God. So God does not want any bad thing to happen to you. Yes, he has given you an instruction, but you fell. But that is not the end of life. You can still start all over again. And that's why you need to born again. And if you know you have been born again before and you still backslide, you need to rededicate your life to Christ. And after rededicating your life to Christ, you start all over again. And God of again and again and again and again will visit you again in the mighty name of Jesus. So this is paramount for you to start all over again. The first thing you need to do is the remission of sin, the removal of sin. So after we have been blessed, forgiveness always brings us into the blessings of God. And let me tell you of a truth. God forgiving you is different from man forgiving you. Man may not forgive you of the sin you have committed, but the most important thing is God forgiving you. So that's why you need to check your conscience. Once you know that God has forgiven you, move ahead. Don't live your life on what people say. Men will always see you in your former state. That was why when Paul came to the disciples, they ran away. But Paul said something. He said, one thing I do, pressing forward and forgetting the past. Man will always remind you of your past so that they can keep you in a perpetual bondage, so that you will not have the confidence